Fertilization is a multi-step process that takes place in the fallopian tube. It is completed in 24 hours in one of the fallopian tubes where the ovum is waiting, or where the ovulated oocyte is waiting. The fusion between the male and the female gamete will lead to the formation of a zygote. In this document, we are going to study how does fertilization occur and how is the diploid state re-established by this process. As I have said, fertilization is the fusion of a sperm, which is a haploid cell, with an oocyte 2, which is also a haploid cell, in one of the fallopian tubes to form a zygote, which is a diploid cell. Here we have the structure of the ovulated oocyte found in one of the fallopian tubes. As we can see, the ovulated oocyte is still surrounded by follicular cells. These are the follicular cells. Below the follicular cells, we have the zona pellucida here. We have this space between the membrane of the oocyte and the zona pellucida. This is the periovocytary space. Here we have the chromosomes of the oocyte 2, which is blocked at metaphase 2. They are aligned at the equator, at the middle of the spindle fiber. The first body outside the oocyte 2, and on the periphery of the cytoplasm of the oocyte 2, there are granules. These granules are known as cortical granules, and here we have sperm cells surrounding the oocyte 2 found in the fallopian tube. In humans, fertilization is internal. During copulation, semen is deposited in the vagina by the process of insemination. The sperm cells deposited in the vagina swim towards the ovum. They pass the cervix to the uterus, then to the fallopian tube, where the oocyte is waiting. Of course, these sperm cells are acquiring their fertilizing capacity as they are moving in the female genital tract. The sperms arrive to the oocyte 2, which is still blocked at metaphase 2. The fusion of a sperm and an ovum is known as fertilization. The sperm cell has to cross the corona radiata and the zona pellucida before it can reach the plasma membrane. When a sperm cell binds to the zona pellucida, it releases hydrolytic enzymes that dissolve the zona pellucida. The sperm penetrates now the zona, and the sperm plasma membrane fuses with the egg plasma membrane. This fusion triggers the oocyte 2 to continue the second meiotic division and to release the second polar body. And also it releases the haploid ovum. The nucleus of the haploid ovum is known as female pronucleus. The cortical granules release enzymes that hardens the zona pellucida and prevents the penetration of other sperm cells. The sperm releases its haploid nucleus in the cytoplasm of the ovum. This is the male pronucleus. The female and the male pronuclei fuse together. Their chromosomes mix by the process of karyogamy. The paternal and maternal chromosomes mix. The fertilized ovum is called a zygote. The human reproductive cycle starts with the adults, and we know at puberty the ovaries of the female and the testes of the male produce gametes by the process of meiosis, during which diploid oogonia and diploid spermatogonia give respectively haploid gamete, which is the ovum in the case of the female, and haploid sperm cell in the case of the male. Then, by the process of fertilization, the haploid gametes, the male and female haploid gametes, fuse together to give a diploid cell known as zygote. This diploid cell will undergo many mitotic divisions, leading to the development and the growth of the individual that later on becomes an adult and the reproductive cycle begins. So we can see that the human reproductive cycle is characterized by two phases, a diploid phase and a haploid phase. The haploid phase is restricted to the gametes. So the only haploid cells are the gametes. During this cycle, we have three important processes. The first one is meiosis, that allows the passage from the diploid state to the haploid state. Then we have fertilization, which re-establishes the diploid state. Meiosis and fertilization are the two fundamental mechanisms of sexual reproduction. These are two complementary mechanisms. The meiosis transforms the diploid cells into haploid cells, and fertilization re-establishes the diploidy in order to conserve the constant number of chromosomes in the human species. Then we have a third mechanism which is also very important, which is mitosis, that ensures the development of the individual. Hope everything was clear.